Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Asia Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 7th of June. India's Federal Bank keeps key interest rate unchanged, cuts inflation projections. Newly elected Nepal Prime Minister Deuba takes oath of office. And cherry harvesting in India's Kashmir in full swing. And now for all the details. India's Federal Bank, the Reserve Bank of India, kept the repo rate unchanged for the fourth time in a row, while at the same time lowering projections for inflation.
The Reserve Bank of India, or the RBI, in its second bi-monthly monetary policy on Wednesday kept its repo rate unchanged. The Monetary Policy Committee, or the MPC, which is headed by RBI Governor Urjit Patel, left the rates unchanged amid analysts' expectation of maintaining a status quo on the policy rate, which stands at 6.25%. According to the market expectations, the reason for the rates being the same can be inflation numbers, implementation of the Goods and Services Tax or the GST bill, and the occurrence of El Nino.
With so many moving parts and the outlook clouded with uncertainty, the MPC decided by a vote of 5-1 to stay on hold and wait for greater clarity to emerge with incoming data.
It is likely that the Federal Bank may wish to wait and watch the implementation of GST and its effect on the economy before taking any call on the change in the policy rates.
Meanwhile, at least 3 people were killed and several sustained injuries in an attack at a Baloch refugee camp in Kandahar area of Afghanistan's Spin Boldak town.
At least 3 people, including 2 children, were killed when a Bukti refugee camp was attacked in Kandahar area of Afghanistan's Spin Boldak on Tuesday. 8 people, including women, sustained injuries in the incident. An activist and leader of Baloch Republican Party, Abdul Nawaz Bukti, claimed that Pakistan's secret agencies conducted the attack.
Most of the injured are women and children. This is not the first time that the Pakistani secret agencies have attacked the Bukti refugees living in Afghanistan. Around 10,000 Bukti Baloch refugees have migrated from Balochistan after the start of military operation and the assassination of Baloch leader Shaikh Nawab Akbar Bukti in 2006.
He appealed the international media, human rights organizations and refugee camps to highlight the plight of exiled Baloch refugees at the global forefront.
Moving on, the corrupt system of administration in Pakistan-administered Kashmir has left the women health workers of the region in a miserable condition. Denied salaries for the past 10 months, the women have been protesting vehemently.
Women health workers in Pakistan-administered Kashmir held a demonstration against the non-payment of salaries for the past 10 months. Sitting in the blistering heat, they shouted slogans blaming the government of corruption and inefficiency in denying them their rights.
यहाँ पे 10 महीनों से कि आप तनख्वाहें मांगने के लिए सुबह से ये बच्चियां धूप में बैठी हुई हैं, लेकिन कोई ऐवानों में एसी में बैठने वाले लोग उनको परवाह ही नहीं है कि वो इनको आके सुने।
हम भीख मांगने इधर नहीं आए, हम किसी से उसका पैसे मांगने नहीं आए, हम अपना हक लेने आए हैं। खुदारा हमें अपना हक दे दे। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म आज़ाद कश्मीर से हम अपील करते हैं कि इन बच्चों को इनका हक दिया जाए।
The health workers say they do all the hard work by going door to door in far-flung areas and give polio vaccines, eliminating diseases, while in return they are denied their hard-earned money. The locals in the illegally occupied territory are often caught at the worst end of the political quagmire in the disputed region.
In news from Nepal, Nepali Congress President Sheikh Bahadur Deuba was sworn in as the 48th Prime Minister of Nepal on Wednesday. He is succeeding Pushpa Kamal Dahal, who backed his candidacy in line with a gentleman's agreement the duo had signed last year.
Sheikh Bahadur Deuba मुलुक र जनता प्रति पूर्ण वफादार रही
Nepal's President Bidyadevi Bhandari administered the oath of office and secrecy to the newly elected Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba on Wednesday.
ईश्वर देश र जनताको नाममा शपथ लिन्छु कि
Deuba was sworn in as the 40th Prime Minister, succeeding Pushpa Kamal Dahal, who is also the head of Communist Party of Nepal Maoist Centre. He formed his cabinet by inducting 7 ministers, including 3 deputy prime ministers. Deuba, who is also the president of Nepali Congress, returned to the power for the 4th time on Tuesday with 388 votes in his favour in the 593-strong parliament. Deuba on Tuesday told the parliament that the new government would hold the provincial and the parliamentary elections by January 21.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan, residents of Kabul are angered by deadly attack that hit the Afghan capital last Wednesday. Since then, they have been holding protests demanding dismissal of all security heads, including the National Security Council chief.
Members of the protesting group Uprising for Change movement on Tuesday expanded their protest action. They set up 2 new sit-in camps as part of their ongoing demonstration against the deadly attacks on Kabul city last week that killed over 150 people. The demonstrators said they will continue their sit-in protest until the government meets their demands. It includes dismissal of all security heads, including the National Security Council chief Hanif Atmar, for failing to provide security to the residents.
شرط گذاشتیم به خاطر وارد شدن با مذاکره برای حکومت برکناری مشاور شورای امنیت ملی آقای حنیف اتمر. ما طرفدار هر نوع مذاکره و گفتگو هستیم.
مثل دفعه قبل نیست که ما از طرف یک حزب خاص، یک نهاد خاص، یک جریان سیاسی خاص یا یک قوم خاص آمده باشیم اینجا دادخواهی کنیم و هر زمانی که شما با اونو نماینده امی حزب باشه یا امو بزرگ امی جریان باشه صحبت کنین معامله.
The protest turned violent on Friday when security forces opened fire on the demonstrators, killing at least 5. 3 suicide bombers had targeted the funeral of one of the victims the next day. At least 20 people were killed in the back-to-back bombings at the funeral ceremony.
Moving on, a social welfare group in Western India has stood up for snake charmers who have lost their age-old business as authorities seek to enforce wildlife protection laws.
A non-profit organization in India's Western Ahmedabad city is helping snake charmers revive their dying tradition. Till about a decade or 2 ago, snake charmers used to be a regular fixture at Indian markets and festivals, mesmerizing crowds of onlookers with their ability to control some of the world's most venomous creatures. But that is slowly changing as authorities crack down on the tribe of snake charmers, citing a 1972 Indian Wildlife Protection Act that prevents them from carrying on with their centuries-old tradition.
हमारी मांग ये है कि इन लोगों को सांप पकड़ने का लाइसेंस इन लोगों को दिया जाए, फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट या सरकार के साथ रह के उनकी एक सोसाइटी बने और इस सोसाइटी में इनकी जो वैनम एकत्रित करने का काम है वो अगर होता है तो ऐसे 300-400 लोगों को भी अगर इसका लाइसेंस दिया जाता है तो बहुत अच्छी तरीके से इनका रिहेबिलिटेशन हो सकता है.
The snake charmers also expressed that if the government comes up with a park for snake charmers, it will help them earn their livelihood.
चेन्नई तमिलनाडु में स्नेक पार्क है, 300 मदारी को ત્યાં सोसाइटी बना दिया है, इसको लाइसेंस दिया है. मेरी मांग ऐसे एक लाइसेंस उनको गुजरात में मिल जाए तो मेरी वो भीख मांगने का धंधा है वो सब ओसा हो जाए, बच्चों का रोटी रोजी मिल जाए.
Animal rights activists say snake charmers inflict severe cruelty on the reptiles whose numbers are fast dwindling. They say that increased deforestation coupled with rapid urbanization is depleting the population of snakes.
The harvesting of mouth-watering and delicious cherry fruit crop has started in full swing in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The fruit growers are expecting to earn huge profits as cherry orchards are mushrooming across the province.
Fruit growers in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province are extremely busy with the harvesting of cherry fruit and are expecting a good turnover this year. About 25% of the province's population is directly or indirectly involved with the horticulture sector. Cherry is the most grown in the high-altitude areas of the province. Its production continues from May to June in the valley. It is the second crop after strawberries which hit the market post-winters.
इस साल हमारा जो तखमीना है कि वो 9000 मेट्रिक टन के करीब हमारी प्रोडक्शन होगी और हमें लग रहा है कि इस साल इसके रेट जो हैं ठीक ठाक रहेंगे क्योंकि फ्रूट अच्छा है, फ्रूट का साइज ठीक है.
Many unemployed youth are also finding employment as farm hands in packaging and marketing of the fruit. The initial varieties of cherry are the Awal number, which is followed by gold cherry, Makhmali and the Misri cherry, which is high in demand. Kashmir is popular for the range of fruits which grow in the region, including apples, pears, cherries, grapes, pomegranates, mulberry, peaches, apricots, walnut, almonds and plum, and also dry fruits.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India's Federal Bank keeps key interest rate unchanged, cuts inflation projections. Newly elected Nepal Prime Minister Deuba takes oath of office. And cherry harvesting in India's Kashmir in full swing. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.